Hey, it's time of dish with D. That's me. Did you notice? There's sunglasses on. Why? Because I have sun today. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been very overcast. It's very beautiful today. I have my cheat sheet because I'm going to say vlog going out to Star Norris. Star wants me to vlog about dining out and some tips and tricks for dining out. Girls and boys, if you know Dish with D well, you know she likes to dine out. So this is a good one for her. I think I've touched on this before, but hey, it's always good to have a refresher course. And for the newbies, it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to find my vlogs because I don't really, they're just dated. They're not really, I used to title them and then it got to be confusing. So I suggest you watch them all from the beginning. Have a Dish with D marathon. You know, you're stuck in the house for snow. There's several hundred hours of Dish with D up there. I suggest. All right, again, if you have anything you'd like me to vlog about, leave it in the comment section. I will love to do a vlog and name you for it. Yes, Star. Okay, dining out. Tips and tricks. Okay, now, number one, if we're going to a place I could look up, like it's on the app, like Applebee's or like a chain, I guess is the word I'm looking for. That's always helpful. So I try to look. I don't look too early because if you don't know me well enough to know that Dish with D sometimes, you know, gets in the mood for stuff. I am a very moody eater. So I try to look towards the end, and I try to, let's rewind before we go to that. No, I'm not going to rewind. So yeah, so if the place is not in the app, check out, see if they have a website. Because sometimes they do, and sometimes they post their menu. This way you can kind of know, and some of them post calorie counts and nutritional information, some don't. But I don't really, in my mind, you don't need all that because you kind of, you know, on the journey long enough, you kind of know what you can have and what you can't have. I mean, you can have everything, obviously, but what you have the points for. So I get up in that morning, knowing I'm going out to dinner. Most times it's pre-planned. It's not like we say, oh, in the afternoon, let's go out to dinner tonight. Never really happens in my house, but it can. But in the morning, I will definitely start off with like an omelet and usually 2 pieces of 647 bread. Because I don't have to count the omelet because most times it's a veggie omelet. I don't usually have bacon or sausage when I know I'm going to go out because, yeah, it's only a point or two, but that's a point or two I can have for lunch. And yes, I usually always have lunch. I am a 3 meal a day eater. It's just, you know, if you know me well enough, you know I'm always hungry. So yeah, I definitely eat 3 meals a day. So yeah, so I definitely have to save points for lunch or try to find like a lower point lunch. But definitely morning, it's usually, I try to keep it 3 points at the max, try to go for 2 for the toast. Sometimes I'll put avocado on it, sometimes I'll put sugar-free jelly, or you can get that light butter. You could have like, I think, a half a teaspoon for 0 points. And sometimes you don't really need that much, and even with jelly, if you have a little bit of each, I mean, measure and you get your 0 point amount. It's, trust me when I tell you, a lot of times it's enough. Or use that, I can't believe it's not butter, spray. I'm telling you, it's awesome. So I try to do that, and eggs are filling, and I definitely need a carb in the morning. That's just me. I mean, I'm a carb girl. You will never see, and I will make this pledge at the Dish with D Go Keto. Never going to happen in anybody's lifetime because be rest assured, I will always be a regular person. I'm a regular eater. I can never go anything weird. And something's weird, but I can't give up anything. I've made that perfectly clear. So yeah, so you'll never see Dish with D going keto. So lunch, depending on the time we go out. I mean, if we're going out at 3 o'clock, I might not have lunch. It just depends on how hungry I am. And if I'm hungry, I'm going to eat. I'm not going to sit there and say, I'm saving everything for dinner. Because reality is, I'm going to go in there like a fiend. Yeah, and you cannot go into any meal, anywhere, starving. Because you make horrible decisions and you think to yourself, well, I didn't eat all day, so I have all these points. And all those points, yeah, you might have them, but they're not as much as you might think that they are. And if I know ahead of time that I'm going out to a meal, I bank points during the week, so I have a few extra because, you know, it's one thing to have salmon and chicken, and it's 0 points, but how are they cooking that salmon and chicken? How much oil are they using? You can sit there and tell them to do it, but really, are they? You don't ever really 100% know. So I always think it's always good to have some insurance points in my bank. So that is what I do. And depending on how many points I have, if I'm going into dinner with 17 points, because like I said, I'll have a salad for lunch. I'll have a hard-boiled egg in my salad. I'll have some 0-point turkey in my salad. So my salad, it may be a salad, but it's a substantial salad. You know, and it'll definitely keep me satiated for the rest of the afternoon. So I go in there, and if I'm going to a steak place, girls and boys that have a steak, because it's a steak place, and that's what they're known for. And when you have a steak, you need a baked potato. Now, granted, you don't need a gigantic baked potato. You know, remember, the app gives you the points for the size of your potato. You're not going to be able to weigh it because you're at a restaurant. If you've been on the journey long enough, you kind of know, give it something. You know, I always up the point up higher than I do point lower. I over point rather than under point. So, but if you feel like you want to have dessert or you want to share an appetizer because you're out, hey, you know what? I don't judge. It's not my place to judge. I always say that you want to save points, you try to double veg your vegetables. Like instead of getting the potato, you get another vegetable. You get the broccoli and the string beans, and you're saving points there. Of course, they're not always cooked 0-pointly, so you gotta throw a few points at it. But it's better than a starch. It's better than a rice and a potato, point-wise. Just saying. So yeah, I do that a lot. If I know it, and I never get my own dessert or my own appetizer anymore, and I share it. And most times there's great appetizers that are low in points, like a shrimp cocktail, mussels. Granted, the problem with the mussels is never the mussels, it's the juice. And if you're like me, you dunk the bread in the juice. I'm guilty. That's the best part of the mussels, in my opinion, is dunking that crusty bread in that juice. And yes, I have indulged. Like I say, if I know ahead of time, I'll be able to bank some extra weekly points. Because girlfriend wants her dunked bread and juice. She does. And definitely, you know, like I said, and it's a lifestyle, and you deserve to have that bread and juice. You just don't have to have the whole loaf, because that was what got me here, the whole loaf. A slice of bread and dunked in mussel juice didn't get me to where I was. It was having the whole loaf of bread and the whole bowl of mussels. So yeah, share the appetizer or get a salad. I love getting those specialty salads that they have. Sometimes they have, you know, like a arugula salad or with buffalo mozzarella and all this fancy stuff, and pears and candied walnuts. And be careful, like all those things do have points, but if you know what you're having, and I say, hey, it's a salad still. A dessert, I mean, I know depending on where I am and what day of the week it is. If it's a weekend, it's my way day, and we're out Saturday night, yes, I will encourage my husband to split a dessert. If it was during the week, I might not. Or even if he decided to get one, 2 or 3 forkfuls is not going to kill me. 2 or 3 forkfuls, again, didn't put my 270 pounds on. My own dessert put my 70 pounds on. So if I have 2 and 3 forkfuls of his dessert, is that going to kill me? No. And that's how I've lived my journey. My journey has always been, you know what I'm saying? I tried to taste a lot. Is it hard? Yes. Do I want more? Absolutely. Is it a struggle not to go back over there? Yeah, it is. I won't lie. I'm not going to sit there and say, oh yeah, I had 2 forkfuls, it was great. No, I wanted more. Yeah, I do want more. But I know that I'm ahead of the game having those 2 forkfuls, because who's this running today? Because I know the reality in a previous WW journey or any previous plan I was on, I couldn't do that. But now I've been being more lenient with myself and saying, you know what, you're going to taste things, because it's better than not having it at all. And I do find that having those 2 and 3 forkfuls, or 1 and 2 forkfuls, sometimes it's 2 and 3, gives me that I'm not denying myself. Because if I deny myself, you know what that happens. Yeah, you pork out and you have a whole entire cake. I've been there, I've done that, and you know, it happens. And am I proud of that fact? No. But is it normal? Yes. If you sit there and restrict yourself so much, you're going to have these episodes. Sometimes they're what you need, because sometimes you're going through something and the only thing that's going to help is cake. A whole cake. Or cheesecake. Or brownies. Or cookies. And you know what? Is it right? No. But am I going to sit there and tell you that? No, because I've been there. I've done it. So it's going to and will it happen again to me? Probably. Is it okay? Yes. Because I know that it's something that sometimes happens, but you know what? It makes you normal. Sit there and say, oh, well, I'm not going to ever do that again, is unrealistic, because it's going to happen. As long as you know it, accept it, do it, move on. I mean, forgive yourself, and you know what I'm saying, it happens. So I had to get on that subject, but back to planning my meal. So yeah, so definitely, if you know ahead of time, bank extra points every day. A double veg is always good. And like I said, they have so many good options at restaurants, grilled options, baked options. I avoid all fried foods out, even including appetizers and dessert, because I just know that's extra calories that I can't process. So if I'm going to have something, it's not going to be fried. It's just not. I mean, as much as I love a bloomin' onion, I know that those points are for that oil, and I'm not giving them up for that. I'd rather have a beautiful plate of shrimp cocktail, a beautiful bowl of mussels. I don't count my mussels. I do count the bread that I dunk the juice in, yes, but I do not count the mussels. Even though it's cooked in wine, I don't count them. Just don't. That's just me. So yeah, so anything steamed or those nice, they have those nice, what do you call, salads. Oh, I love getting those. So that's usually where I go. I try to avoid the Mexican restaurants because, yeah, the chips. Yeah, and every time I go, I've had a bowl. That's just how it's going to be, and I know this. You can sit there and say, oh, don't get the chips when you go. I could do that. I could opt out of not having the chips in front of me. But I survived. I did. I reeled it in the next day. I drank 18,000 gallons of green tea, and I survived. I still haven't lost that week. So, and it's chips. It's corn. In the end, really, it's not that bad. But, as long as I don't do it on a weekly basis, every 3-4 months is not too bad. But, I'm telling you, nothing like good, authentic, when you go to an authentic, here I am going off on this Mexican place to have their chips. I'm telling you. Yeah. And if I went there tomorrow, I'd do it again. I would, because they're that good. Yes, so Star, I hope that helps. Other things can I think of? They're usually my top things. Double vegging and watching. And you know what? And if you're at a restaurant where the portion is huge, take it home. I mean, you look at it, you can see that it's like as big as, the table. You know what? Ask for a box when they come up and put it away. I very rarely order pasta out because I am a pasta snob. I'm Italian. And I really know it's not going to be as good as I want it to be. So why am I going to torture myself with that? I just don't. I mean, I went to a funeral lunch last week to an Italian place, which I knew their pasta was going to be good. So, and I was not disappointed. But like I said, know your place. Know what they're good for. Get what their signature dish. Oh my God, my tea's good this morning. Some days I make a good cup of tea. So yeah, sometimes I do a potato and veg. I do rice, and again, you kind of can judge how much rice is there, and how much rice is, so that's always a good option. Because, like I said, ask for the container if it comes, because you might be tempted to go into it, or if it's not that much, but more than you wanted to eat. I always give it to my husband. I put it on his plate. Once it's on his plate, I don't want it anymore, because you know that what I'm saying, girls. So yeah, sometimes I'll throw it on. Like at the restaurant, I knew how much I wanted. I threw the rest on his plate because I knew if it was there, I would eat it. I'm a creature of habit, if nothing else. So I hope that helps. Enjoy your meal when you're out. Definitely, sometimes it's a nice event that you're going to, or it's a nice night out, it's a date night. Enjoy your night out. Don't stress, but know what you're having, accept what you're having. Don't feel guilty about what you're having, but make sure that you make the smart choice. We always say at WW, eat mindfully. Eat slower, enjoy each bite. Like I said, you're a big girl. We're big girls and boys. We know what we should eat and what we shouldn't eat. We know we shouldn't order that bloomin' onion. I was at Cheesecake Factory, and I was going to have we were going to split a piece of cheesecake, but the regular cheesecake was 80 points. Yeah, I wasn't given cheesecake. Even if I had a third of it, would have been what, like 25 points, 20 points. I wasn't doing that. I didn't have that many points. So we got the low carb cheesecake for 27 points. So I had like a third of that. So that was like 9 points, which was very fair in my mind to give it 9 points. But yeah, I wasn't giving cheesecake. I wasn't doing it. I'm sure it was delicious. Granted, the low carb was really, really good. So, and the Cheesecake Factory has a skinny, delicious menu. Yes, I was thrilled. I had the Chinese chicken salad for 13 points. It was delicious. Absolutely delicious. So let me end this vlog. Get under 15 minutes. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. We will dish another day. Bye.